Okay.
Take 5.
Hi everyone, and welcome to our very first episode of Let's Have a Drink. I'm so excited to get this show started. My name is Azeezat. You probably know me from Twitter. You probably don't. I'm lying. So I will be your host for this show. You'll probably see me every week talking about new things with different people or the same people. Everybody. But yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Shamari Drake. I guess you can know my last name. Hey, welcome. I'll probably be on here every now and then. No, I'll be on here every week. But you'll see me. I'll see you.
And we have our guest for our very first episode.
Eniola! Hey everybody! So my name is Eniola. I am 23. I'm currently a kickboxing instructor, so pretty fun stuff there. I also enjoy freelance modeling from time to time. Super into fitness. Come a long way with that. So talk to me, y'all, if you're trying to get started with your healthy lifestyle. But yeah, I'm super excited to be on the show today. And Z is my cousin, fun fact.
Yeah, we are a family. Look at this. Do you see these cheekbones? You see it? That's just how it is. That's fine.
It's okay. The basis of the show is about drinking and having fun conversations with your friends, which I'm pretty sure a majority of us do. This is obviously a show for 21-year-olds and up. So if you're at home and you're not 21, don't be looking at this.
Or you can. Just don't drink.
Just don't.
Yeah,
We'll
don't
get you
drink
some
along.
apple cider vinegar.
Oh, wow.
The Martinelli cider is good. I'm putting y'all on.
But yeah, so today we are having some classic, and we all know getting a little drunk and lusty, okay? Some wine, all right? Bottoms up. So we're having a sweet red blend. It is about 10% alcohol. And how do you guys think it tastes?
It's not as bitter as I thought it would be.
Yeah, it is definitely sweet. Can definitely taste that 10.
Yeah. It's not like a Moscato, but
yeah, Moscato's pretty sweet. Yeah, this is it makes me feel a little older, because sometimes I feel like when I drink stuff like pink Moscato and stuff, I feel a little childish, like the younger end of I guess the age wine spectrum, if that's even a thing. Y'all know what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it makes me feel like a grown up. And also, as you know, the governor says if you're pregnant, don't be drinking no liquor or water.
that's a different conversation. Because I heard wine is okay,
But a glass of wine a day is okay, right? Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Actually, I have, but I don't know how true that is. I probably wouldn't be actually, low-key, I might be, because I think about it and I'm like, if I was pregnant, I can't drink for like damn near almost like 2 years. I can't do it.
Exactly.
I can't do
You
it.
gotta get that.
I'm not even disciplined now with regular shit, so that wouldn't happen. Okay, so now that we know what it is that we're going to be drinking, as we're sipping throughout the show, we will be having conversation. We have put together some topics, and this is how it's going to be every week. Put together some topics on what it is that we're kind of interested in talking about today, and our guest every single week will get to decide on what it is. So she's going to close her eyes and put her little hands in here in the jar, the cookie jar, and decide on what it is that we're going to talk about. All right, ready?
Okay. I gotta mix it all up because I know what colors are on the top and stuff, so we're gonna have to bear with me, guys. All right. This feels like a winner right here.
Winner,
Right
chicken.
here.
Oh, okay. We're getting a little saucy.
So,
Sweet.
first episode, our topic is having a boyfriend or significant other who has a best friend that they slept with in the past.
Wait, so is it saying like, you slept with the friend or they slept with their friend?
They, your significant other.
So they're just friends with like a person who happened to be like a fuck buddy for a second before.
Yes. And maybe it wasn't a fuck buddy. Maybe we don't necessarily know what led to the sex with the friend, but just know that they're still friends, but they had sex. So
I would need a deeper conversation on that.
So someone,
Let's
can you give
dive
us a
in.
scenario? Can someone give us like a scenario?
I'm sorry. Splash! Ooh, my voice.
Okay, so I need a scenario because it's like I don't know, straight off the bat, like, I would totally be like, nah, y'all can't be friends.
Yeah,
like, we're dating, like, it would be like,
look.
that needs to get cut off. Just imagine, though, like, it doesn't even matter if, like, it was never anything serious. Like, it was just, oh, you know, we were, like, both, like, super drunk or something. Like, no. I would straight up just be like, at the end of the day, sex is, as much as people want to say that, ooh, like, I can just fucking not care. Y'all are friends. So that means that there's some level of, like, I like you enough to even, like, be around you. And the fact that y'all have had sex, it might happen again. Who knows if, like, another time y'all not being drunk and lusty and, like, all of a sudden we're dating and then, like, you're hanging out with your friend and then, ooh, I'm so sorry. She's abusing
My grip is strong, honey. This wine ain't going nowhere. Honestly, though.
But no, like, so just imagine, like, you guys, these friends or whatever end up back in the same situation that they were in before, and it happens again. Like, I'd be pissed because it's kind of just like, and then it just gives you a weird, like, level of, like, insecurity in your relationship because you're just thinking, like, oh, this person is so close to them, they've had sex before, and now, like, they're still here. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. So, guys, I have a friend who, she recently started talking to this guy. He's really great, yada yada, all this stuff. And then, most recently, everything's going well. Like, communication is good. He inspires her. He makes her a better person. And all of a sudden, she said that one day they were just having, like, a casual conversation, and something in the conversation made her ask him specifically, like, oh, how would you respond, like, in a situation where you're seeing somebody and they have a friend who they've had sex with before? And so dude all of a sudden gets serious and is like, okay, I need to tell you this right now. And basically explains that one of his best friends, who he, like, FaceTimes with, communicates with all the time, they've had sex in the past. And so she was like,
Gotta go.
well, I just saw this person on your FaceTime a couple weeks ago, so what is your, and so obviously she's like, what is the real extent of your relationship? When did you have sex? Why? All the questions, right? And so, what do you guys think about this? Okay, so here are the details. So my friend told me that the guy, his friend, her significant other's friend, she lives in Arizona. So she lives far away. His brother lives in Arizona, which is the connective how he ended up in Arizona. So his older brother lives there. Apparently one summer when he was there, like, they had gotten into it. His brother ended up kicking him out, and there's, like, a university nearby or whatever. I don't know how he met this girl, but he did. And she let him stay with him. He said that it wasn't really sexual at first, but then a few days later they had sex. So they're still friends to this day. This was maybe a summer or 2 summers ago. And yeah, what y'all think?
Okay, wait.
I know, that's Quint. I know.
I have one question. Was it just like one hookup, or?
That's a good question. So my friend said that they had sex maybe like 1 or 2 times.
Okay, is it
like a couple times?
Okay,
I know. Is it
like,
1 or 2?
Is it
1 or is it 2? So yeah.
The fact that your friend can't get an answer like that is 1 time, or it's 2 times, or 3 times, 4.
Because you'll definitely know how many times you have.
Exactly.
You
like,
are right.
I need the flat answer. Like, is it 1 or is it 2? Because if it's a 1 time, then it's like, okay, the person is in Arizona. Like, if you going out to Arizona anytime soon, then we're good. You know, you're in Chicago. We're in Chicago. And you know, you just, I was like, why you just breathe like that? Let me finish.
Oh, no. I'm yeah.
So, like, if it was 1 time, then I'd be like, all right. But the fact that there's no, like, flat answer, it's like a eyebrow raise, like, I'm watching you type of thing. Like,
yeah.
Nah. Hell no. First of all, everybody's gonna die. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, that just sounds all types of fishy because it's like, yeah, okay, this person may live in Arizona. But the thing, though, is if they're friends enough for them to, like, FaceTime, like, a lot, like, they're like, constantly in communication with each other, she gonna come to Illinois at some point. I mean, like, because I don't want it to make it seem as if, like, okay, you need to cut this man off, like, completely, because obviously anyone can have an opinion on like a relationship, but it's like the person knows the guy more than we do. Like, you know, your friend knows the guy like more than we do, so I can't be like, girl, you better leave that nigga. But it's just like, because that's your nigga. So, you know, like, you know how he is more than I can, like more than I do. I'm just gonna go based off of like what I'm told. But honestly, just straight out, just trying to think like logically, or I guess more rationally. Let me say that, because I feel like logic is a mixture of emotion and rationality. But we're gonna talk about that at a different time. Anyways, so what I'm trying to say is like, it's first of all, if there's not a clear amount of times that they've actually had, like they've hooked up, that's a problem. Because it's like, if it got to the point where it was more than 2 times, whatever, and it became like a continuous thing for a little bit, and then it stopped, and you guys were just like, oh, I think we're just better off as friends, it still kind of just like still leaves a window of opportunity for it to happen again. And that's the problem. It's like, but then at the same time, it's like, okay, this did happen before. One, y'all was in a relationship. And it's like, if he's a really good guy, treating her nice, I'm going to try to, you know, think the best of this person and say that he wouldn't do that to you. But I don't know him. Yeah. You know, it's still a very, very, like, fishy and, very like, touchy situation. Because what if she starts feeling like, oh, I'm talking about the friend, like the girl that he slept with. She starts feeling like, okay, well, I like you a little bit more. I was thinking about the past that we had, even though it was just like little hookups, whatever. But I like really love you as a friend, and I just feel like since we've already like gotten over the hill of us like having sex with each other, like why not let's try this, whatever. And then it's like, oh well, I'm like in a relationship with somebody, whatever. And you know, it's just, you know, just a lot of just things that just don't need to be happening. Because in my head, I'd be like, but you gotta go.
You can't live your life on what ifs.
You can't, but then at the same time, it's just like like if you don't live a life with a little bit of curiosity, it's kind of just like, what are you doing?
True, but we're adults now, so we
regardless
gotta,
of being an adult,
we gotta express through communication. So like, if your friend is your friend, not the other girl, if she's like uncomfortable with it, I think she needs to like go to him and be like, hey, like let me be real with you for like 10 seconds. Like, I'm not comfortable with that shit. Like,
yeah. And so they had only had this one conversation about it, y'all. So they had only had this one conversation.
She was like, bitch.
Yeah, nah, you're absolutely right.
But that's the believer
person in expressing how you feel in any kind of relationship. It's hard, but it's a worthy battle.
Yeah.
And so my friend did express that in the moment, and of course he's trying to explain how this is in the past, and oh, well, I care about you, and that's why I'm, like, being risky by being this open and honest with you and giving you the full, but I'm like, hold up. Should you get a cookie for your honesty?
But honestly, though, I feel like he should, because it's like, it's not something that he had to tell you. He could simply just be like, oh, this girl's my friend, we're really cool, like, she's my bestie, like, going way back when I ain't had no place to stay in Arizona, whatever the hell. But it's like, he did feel the need to like, okay, let me just tell her straight off the bat, which is nice because it's like, okay, then you know this guy's honest. Because literally no one has to freaking tell you that stuff. Like, no one has to tell you about their past ever. So it's like,
true.
Not necessarily like, okay, give him a cookie, but it is kind of just like a more comforting feeling knowing that he is open about things that have happened and things that, you know, just tell it while you're ahead, pretty much. Kind of just like, let's not muck up the waters like so soon.
Absolutely.
Because if this could have came up, who knows? You guys, your friend and the guy, and oh my god, your friend and this guy. Let's say now it's how long down the line? I don't know. Like, it could be you guys have been dating for a year or something like that. Now imagine, then the girl, the friend or whatever comes and is just like, oh, like, it just annoyed me because you've been taking too much of his time or something, and now she's feeling a little spiteful, and she's like, well, I had him in bed before. Now you just like, hold the hell up. This bitch you've been this girl that you've been talking to like all this time daily and shit, and then now all of a sudden I'm finding out that you guys have been like sleeping together. Oh, that's definitely a problem. You know, so I say give this dude like she should give this dude like his props for being upfront about everything that happened. As long, again, like how you guys were saying before, communication is key. As long as he's being like 100% honest with her, like 24/7 about his relationship with her or just any other females that's in his life that he's ever been in bed with, all should be well. But let's not forget the fact that that insecurity level will still be there. Now, how do you combat that? That's the
That is the real question.
I don't know.
Because my friend told me when they were getting it, she spaced out for a second of, wow, you had sex with your friend.
Is that a female thing? I feel like most guys, like, I feel like they ask that question a lot where girls be like, we ain't argued in like 3 days. Remember in 2008 when you was dating another girl when I was 12 and you was 13 and we didn't even know who each other was?
I ain't gonna
Like, you know, very exaggerated. But
I like that, though.
the insecurity thing though. So how does someone, and I guess this isn't even only for this situation, but kind of just like most other situations where you like are dealing with like a significant other and something has happened in the past or whatever. How do you get past, especially with that like that's major. I know honestly, like it would definitely be something that would never really leave my mind. I mean, of course, I'm not gonna be like every day. You still texting them bitches, but you, yeah, like, but it's like.
I feel like that kind of is on like the dude's plate a little bit. Like he needs to like put more confidence in you that like no other person can like be competition.
So that is the thing. So my friend did say that the guy tried to really build it up of like, obviously there's no choice between you and her, and he even went as far as to say he's not even attracted to this girl. But then I was like, but why you had up in her vagina though? But anyways, that's another conversation. And so the issue now is, okay, I may trust you and what you're telling me, but I don't know this girl and what her mindset is going to be. He's claiming like, oh, well, she's just a really warm spirit and like she's just a really great person and da, 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 and I think you guys should meet. And I'm just like, to my friend, hell fucking not. You ain't about to meet this girl that your man had sex with. Like, and then it's her friend. Like, no. Meeting and then talking about some, yeah, no. Just a meeting? Why would I want to meet this girl?
The girl.
My friend.
Big kumbaya right there.
I'm really bad with making it seem like it's a friend. Y'all, it's me. Out of the night, it's me.
You saw us struggling like,
and then the friend. No, I messed up because I was just like, and then you should just be
right. That's why I was
so
like,
I'm
it's
sorry.
you, like the friend. No.
Cheers
I
to
mean,
honesty.
You know, yeah, we should definitely make it a thing on this show. Just be honest. Like, I mean, it's like if the people see it later, they see it later. But at the end of the day, it's just like. Whenever you tell somebody something, and this is not necessarily me, but I'm just saying, like, it's kind of just like a thing to just always know. Whenever you tell someone something, more than likely, and they don't ever mean it, a lot of times they don't mean it in a malicious way, your story does end up becoming I knew someone who was type of situation for them giving advice to somebody else. So I could tell one of you guys, like, oh yeah, there was a time when, like, I broke my leg because I was being dumb. And then you're talking to one of your friends, it could be a year later or something, and they're just like, man, like, I was being really dumb, and I messed up my leg. And then you'd be like, you know, I did have a friend once who actually did this stupid thing, and they broke their leg, and this, that, and the other. It's like, it happens. Okay?
Humanity, human connection. We have more in common than we think, guys.
Yeah. But, okay, so back to this. So, like, now that you're like, you let everyone know that it is you. So where are you at, like, mentally, as far as, like, let's talk about, like, where you are when it comes to the whole, like, when I said the insecurity thing. Is that a thing that's bothering you right now?
Yeah, because I'm still thinking about it. We had this conversation a few nights ago, and we talked about it. I'm a very, like, internal processor, too. Like, I gotta, like, journal it out and stuff. So I couldn't really gauge how I felt in the moment. I was driving home from work. During the conversation, I basically just showered and went to bed. And I haven't really been able to think about it, but it's still been on my mind 3 days later. So clearly, I feel some type of way about it, and I don't like feeling that way. He did try and, like, rectify the situation. Like, we were supposed to talk later after I got home, and I was like, you know what? Like, call me later. I'm gonna take a shower. And then I was like, you know what? Call me tomorrow because fuck you right now, honestly. And so he was like, nope, and picked up the phone and called me. And so I'm just sitting here listening to him, and he's basically explaining all this stuff of, like, here's why I would choose you and not her, here's why she's just a great person and friend, and I just feel like I shouldn't throw that away, blah blah blah. He didn't say that, but basically in so many words, like, implying that he doesn't want to have to choose between us, and I don't want it to be an ultimatum, right? But, like...
But, see, okay, but the thing, though, is I really don't like ultimatums, because I feel like when you get to the point of having an ultimatum with somebody, it kind of just lets you know what you should already chose. Like, it's kind of just like I have all these options, but it's just like, if I already had to get to this point, these other options go out the window. I feel like because of the fact that he's already telling you like reasons as to why like he would choose you and what about you is separating his relationship between you and her and why he would always on a second bottle of wine, by the way, because I damn near an alcoholic. But like the fact that he's already like expressing to you exactly why it is that he would choose you and everything around that, I think that you should really, really give it a chance and not see it as kind of just like a like how you were saying before, we were just like, oh, what's the catch about this guy? Don't look at it as like, oh, this is the catch, because it's really not. It's kind of just like okay, this is something that does happen in relationships, and I just had to see if it's something worth my time.
True.
So, but this guy, you need to pretty much just give him like, not say that he's guilty already, kind of just like, you know, guilty, I mean, innocent until proven guilty, and kind of just let things, you know, be what they are, and of course definitely still somewhat stay on your toes, because at the end of the day, like I'm definitely now one to believe not to put all your eggs in one basket, but putting one egg in the basket and saying that I'm gonna pay attention to this egg until it cracks, type of thing.
And that's basically what I said in our conversation, because he was trying to gauge how I felt and like basically forced me to react in that moment and tell me what was going on through my mind. And wait, what did you just say?
No, the eggs in the basket thing?
Eggs in a basket.
I was saying like pretty much just like,
until it cracks. Yeah.
Yeah, but not, don't like sit there in anticipation that it is gonna crack.
Yes.
You kind of look at it as like, okay, I'm gonna keep adding eggs to this basket. The more our relationship grows and the more I feel more comfortable with you and I see that this is really something that's gonna last long. To the point where it's like, let's say if you guys do get married, you know, this is gonna be the end all be all for you guys, like as far as like, this is it, then all your eggs are in that basket and it's done for. But not done for it in a bad way. I feel like I'm just using these like definite scary words. I'm really trying not to.
Marriage.
No, I'm pretty much just saying like, be open with him and don't put your guard up like too much to the point where this is why drinking is so fun, because we get to do this. So you don't want to anticipate like the egg cracking. It's more so kind of just being like, you know, if it happens, it happens. But it's like just kind of like being in a relationship and still being an individual, understanding that at any point this person could hurt you, but being like, I'm still open to loving this person for who they are and taking them for everything that they're giving me right now, up until a point if that does happen, if it happens. But we're not living our lives on ifs, right? We're not living our lives on ifs. We're living our lives on the things we're gonna freaking do. 2018, you know, I'm not even about to do this because
She about to preach.
Yeah, I am. And let's
preach.
You know those aren't actually prayer hands? They're people high-fiving.
No, they're prayer hands because we believe in Jesus.
I know, I also believe in Jesus, but they're actually two people giving each other a high five.
I gotta look at it now. Now you've been throwing off my whole life. What are you, T-Pain?
What did he say? He was like, it's not, he was like, ooh, he's like, it's not ooh,
and
then.
Ruined in 2017. It was already bad. And then he just had to put down top.
I like 2017.
Oh, I see. Nah. 2017 was trash.
Ooh.
Oh, I kind of see it now. Why is it yellow?
Fuck you, iPhone. We created our own cultural meaning.
True. It's some prayer hands. It's a collared shirt. That's why it looked like that, because they're in church.
So, back to this.
I'm going to try to not let this situation ruin my life.
It's not. Like, you're still getting to know this guy. Like, don't let him force you to meet this girl if you don't want to.
Hell nah. Hell no.
We're not meeting anyone.
Oh god, okay, that wasn't, I actually was dying a little bit. No, that's actually really weird. I mean, like, I don't know, like, I keep trying to put myself, like, dead ass in the situation, and I'm kind of just, like, I just feel like I would see her, and I would just be, like,
yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't fight, like, it would just be, like, kind of me just looking, like,
yeah.
You know how my face be, like,
My face is no different.
What was I saying? Me personally, I just feel like if I was to have, like, if my man introduced me to the girl, like, I would just feel really weird. Like, I just don't think that that's really necessary. I think that's just a relationship that you just need to have with her, like, y'all friendship, whatever, and it's not one of those friends that I care to meet or want to meet, because I just think that it would just make things even more weird, especially putting a face. And then if she has, like, a good personality, I'd be even more pissed off, because I would be like, this bitch hella likable.
Yeah, this is problematic, honestly.
Like, I'd be mad. I'd
be
like,
okay, why you ain't with her then?
Exactly. Like, I damn near like her. I damn near gotta go get with her. Are you introducing me to her?
No.
We all dying.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you. I feel a lot better. I definitely realized, though, after having this conversation that I need to let him know, like, no, we can't just, like, blow over this of, like, okay, it is what it is. We talked about it. Okay, let's move on and not talk about it. No. I'm still uncomfortable about the situation, and I still don't want to be this girl's friend in the foreseeable future. But I still like this guy. So, puts egg in basket.
One egg.
Just
egg.
one.
One of the billion. One egg. That's good. I'm happy that we were able to kind of just like calm your nerves about it. Because I mean, again, like relationships are so, they're not hard, but they're also hard at the same time, if that makes any sense. Like, I think that, again, like as long as, yeah, they do require a lot of work. They require both parties to put in 100%. It's not 50-50. You're not meeting each other 50-50 because it's like, you don't want a relationship where like each person is half in. Like you want a relationship where you're both completely there. So it's like 100% of both parties. And I feel like he wants to do that. And that's why he's so open with like telling you that this is a thing that happened. And so as long as like you're also open to being like, all right, you know, it happened, because you really do. You're at the point where it's like, you could easily just be like, I don't even want to deal with this. I'm out.
And he did ask that, like, do you want to move forward with this? And I was like,
And he's
why
being
is this
serious.
so surgical.
I like how
Do you want to
mature
move
he
forward
is.
with this?
Like, he's being really mature about it. You know, most guys.
You're right. Okay, y'all
Most
right.
guys be
They
I was
wouldn't
over
have
here
said
like,
anything.
dang, I was like, can I
They
let you
wouldn't have said
I think about
They
it.
would have
Let
been
you
like,
know.
oh, that's my friend. And that's it. That's it.
And then she would have been one of those girls. You ever seen that like video, or like it's like a Instagram like funny video where like it's a guy's friend and then she comes up and she's just like, oh my god, hey, and then she just like,
And that's when you be like,
Yes.
titty. And it's just
And they're
like,
just kinda
so
like-
great seeing you. It's just like, your friend too touching. He's just like, nah, like what you mean? Fuck out of here. But yeah, so that's awesome though. I think that this was a great conversation to have, like, starting off. So I'm uber excited about that.
we did it, guys.
We
First
did.
one.
We did.
Yay.
I hope that you guys were able to get as much out of this conversation. If this is a situation that you're going through, or someone that you know that's going through, definitely let them know about like what it is that we talked about. If you guys want to talk about it a little bit more in the comments, please do. Hit us up on Twitter, Instagram.
I don't have a Twitter. I'm sorry.
All of
Twitter
that
and Insta.
will be either popping up on the screen or down in the description box below. Please make sure that you do like and subscribe, because we will have plenty of videos coming up within this year. We're so excited to get this started. We love having conversations. We talk about this stuff like all the time. We talk about things like this all the time. So you'll definitely be seeing a lot more faces, the same faces, whether it's like weekly, there'll be more of us, different types of alcohol, you know. We'll be showing you how to make those nice drinks to have fun with your friends and stuff. But yeah, and the best part is, these are all things that are super relatable. I'm pretty sure like all of us, we've already pretty much had all the same childhoods as we've seen on Twitter. So I'm pretty sure we all probably go through the same daily, you know, issues and stuff like that. So glad that you guys are here. So glad that you guys tuned in, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye.